Hi guys, Sarah here and welcome to Novel Expectations. Today is going to be my second July book haul and unboxing. So I have a few more books to show you guys. I'm really loving doing these book hauls and unboxings, and I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Now, the first thing I want to jump into before I get into any of the physical books is I want to talk about the ebooks and the audiobooks that I've bought in the last couple weeks. So for ebooks, I bought Wedding Bands by Eve Bishop. It is the first book in the Rivers B&B series. With ebooks, just so you guys are aware, I tend now to buy ebooks that are either free or Kindle Daily Deals or 99 cents or something like that. Like, I do not pay full price now for a ebook because I would much rather wait 6 months until the book's a little bit older and go on thriftbooks.com and get it for like $3 instead of paying. There are some cases where like an ebook is like $6 or $7 and I can't do that. The next book I have is The Fireside Inn by Lily Everett. This is the first book in the Billionaire Bachelor series. Next up, What Once Was Perfect by Zoe York. This is the first book in the Wardham series. I am reading the prequel right now, which I talked about in my video on Sunday for my currently reading, and I will have a review for that book, that prequel book, next Sunday, this coming Sunday. Next up, Saltwater Kisses by Crystal Lakes. This is the first book in the Kisses series. And last but not least, Feel the Heat, a contemporary romance anthology. These are actually 15, I think they're more novella-like short stories, because if you look at Goodreads, or not at Goodreads, if you look at Amazon and you go down to where it gives like specifications about the book, if it said print length, it's like almost 1,000 pages. So for 15 short stories, I'm gathering they're around 60 to 100 pages each. So when I read this, I am going to read it as a single book, but I think I'm going to break it up over a bunch of months. I'm actually thinking, because it's called Feel the Heat and it's like contemporary summer reads, that I might read it next summer and do like 5 stories a month, June, July, and August. So because contemporaries and summer, they just kind of go together. And if I do decide to do summer book bingo again next year, I'm going to have like a big reading pile. It'll be nice to break up some of those stories with some of these little short stories, which will be a lot of fun. And audiobooks. I did get 3 audiobooks this week. I bought Finding Perfect by Susan Mallory, the 3rd book in the Fool's Gold series, which again I talked about on my weekly wrap-up on Sunday. The next one I got, the next 2 I got, if you're a member of Audible, which I am, every so often they have like special members only deals. And this week's, or a couple weeks ago, it was any book narrated by Brad Meltzer, whom I guess does a lot of more guy-friendly books, to be polite about it. I mean, these are not chickie books, these are not romance novels, these are like, you know, action-adventure type stories, but I do like those every now and then. So the books that I bought were 6 Years by Harlan Coben. I know this is an author that's talked about quite a bit. I know my father's a really big fan of his. I think he writes like thrillers or mysteries, and this one sounded really intriguing. It was about a man and a woman, I think, who split up, and then she ends up getting married, and then her husband dies, or they get divorced, and I think he dies because the ex-boyfriend ends up at the funeral, and then he realizes that that woman is not the same woman that he broke up with, and he wants to know where his ex-girlfriend is 6 years later, like she's gone missing or something. So it sounds really intriguing, and it was on special for like $5 for an audiobook. I mean, that's a great deal. So, and the other one I got is History Decoded, The 10 Greatest Conspiracies of All Time, actually written by Brad Meltzer and also narrated by the same. This one sounded like a lot of fun. I mean, it's histories and conspiracies. How can you possibly go wrong? I'm thoroughly excited about getting a chance to listen to this one because I really think I'm going to like it. Now let's jump into the physical books that I have purchased. These are in an order of where I purchased them, but not when I purchased them. I had a lot of stuff come in randomly from Book Outlet and thriftbooks.com, and I do have a separate little video I'm going to add in here, just like I did the last time, of me unboxing some stuff. But the stuff that comes in 1s and 2s, I just open it. So there are some stuff here that is new that I received in the mail, so sorry it's not included in the unboxing, but you know, I don't like to wait, sorry. So the first books I'm going to show you guys are a couple books that I bought at a physical bookstore. So the first book I'm going to show you guys is Seashell Season by Holly Chamberlain. This is a women's fiction novel. I grabbed this at Walmart for 40% off. Reason being is I was at the Walmart with my husband, and don't you guys love how it's called the Walmart? I was at the Walmart with my husband, and I saw it, and the cover drew me right in because there's nothing more summary than that kind of a cover. And I read the back, and I'm like, ooh, that sounds really good. Maybe I'll see how much it is on Amazon and order it there. I went on Amazon, and it was totally sold out, and literally this book just came out at the beginning of July, I think. And Holly Chamberlain is a fantastic author. I think I've read her before. But anyway, this book is about a woman who, 16 years ago, her husband abducted their daughter, and how the daughter has now been returned because the husband is now in jail. And pretty much how the mother and daughter have to reforge their relationship. So it sounds like a wonderful story, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one. The next two books, my husband and I were at Chapters, Indigo, and there were some books on sale, and both of these looked really intriguing, so I decided to pick them up. The first one is All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. This is about a girl who comes back to her hometown to care for her ailing father. And when she was younger, her best friend was abducted. And then when she's back now looking after her father, another young girl is abducted. So this one sounds like a really creepy one, and I'm really looking forward to this one too. And the other one I grabbed from Chapters is The Paris Secret by Karen Swan. This is about, from the sounds of it, it's about an apartment in Paris that has been forgotten for decades. And this girl, however she comes across it, ends up in this apartment and starts tracing the history of the occupants of this apartment, I guess, through the paintings and delving deep into the family's past. It goes between London and Paris. It is a love story as well. The cover is just stunning. And yeah, this really jumped out at me, and I thought this is something I think I would really enjoy reading. Next up from Book Depository are actually Book Depository and Amazon, because I had to pick up some of these on Amazon. I don't remember which is which, sorry guys. But these are the other 4 books that I need in the Mortal Instruments series. So we have Book 2, City of Ashes, Book 4, City of Fallen Angels, Book 3, City of Glass, and Book 6, City of Heavenly Fire. I now have the entire set of these 6 books. The other 2 are down over here. And I think, like I had told you guys, after I'm finished Summer Book Bingo, in September, I'm going to pick one of these, like, pick the first book and start reading the series and read one a month. So, yeah, I just, like, how gorgeous is that? I just love them. So, now on to the Amazon books that I got this in the last 2 weeks. So, the first one, I saw this one at the Walmart, and I didn't grab it, and I went back to go get it about a week later when the hubby and I went grocery shopping, and they didn't have it anymore. So, I was kind of bummed about that, because it was actually a little bit more expensive on Amazon. Because this was part of the, I don't know if the Walmarts in the States do this too, but you can get like the mass market paperbacks. Like in Canada, it's 2 for $15. I don't know what the price difference is, but this one sounded really, really good. Now, instead of me trying to explain it to you guys, it's actually called The Ice Cream Queen of Orchard Street, and it's by Susan Jane Gilman. I'm just going to read the back for you guys, okay? It says, fresh off the boat in 1913, Michaela must survive by her wits after she is abandoned on the streets of New York. Then she falls in love with an illiterate radical, and the two set off in an ice cream truck to seek their fortune. I mean, like, come on, doesn't that sound like so much fun? I mean, there's more back here, but I just thought I'd give you that. And it says, 70 years of American history from Prohibition to the disco days of Studio 54. Like, so this spans a really, really good time period. I mean, it is a thicker book, but it looks like so much fun, and I really, really cannot wait to read this one. And the other book I grabbed off of Amazon was one that I had on my wish list, and I was kind of scrolling through my wish list, and I saw this one. I thought, yeah, I really want to jump in and read this one, because it just sounds really fantastic. And I don't know why or how this even ended up on my wish list, but I think it's because another booktuber at some point I was watching was talking about The Bollywood Bride. I don't think it's by the same author that I put on my wish list, and then it was one of those, if you like this, you'll like this, and the cover immediately spoke to me. And then when I read what it was about, I thought, definitely I want to read this. And it's called Sisters of the Sari by Brenda L. Baker. Just this little bit off the back here, it says, Kira is a high-powered American executive. Santushi, I hope I'm saying that right, is a former slave living in India. These two unlikely friends are about to dramatically change each other's lives. along with the lives of those around them. So yeah, isn't that so pretty? I'm really, really fascinated with Indian culture, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one, and yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And the last bit of this is a bunch of books that I got off a book outlet that kind of came in ones and twos. And like I said at the beginning, I didn't do unboxings for these, so I do apologize, guys, but I think you'll enjoy seeing them nonetheless. So the first one I grabbed was Archie American series Best of the 40s. This is a graphic novel. And yeah, this has seen better days. I owned this when it originally came out, and I don't know what happened to it. Now, I am a huge fan of Archie comics. I used to read them all the time when I was a kid. I spent a lot of time in hospital, and I read them then. I loved the digest ones and the individual ones. But these came out a number of years ago. And essentially, for those of you who don't know, Archie has been around since 1941. So these are the best loved comics from that first 10 years, essentially. So this series, the Americana series, there's the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and I think 2000s now. And for the 40s, 50s, 60s maybe, there are a volume 2 and a volume 3. So eventually I want to collect all of these and read them. It's not a single story. It is like, you know, just exactly like the comics. Look at the drawings from back then. I mean, this is just such a throwback, and I just absolutely love it. The not the costumes, but the outfits and the school, and you know, the problems that they get themselves into. I mean, it's essentially delving back in history, and I think these are so much fun. And like I said, I'm going to slowly start collecting them and reading them because I am really happy about having these on my bookshelf. Now, for a girl who says she doesn't read a lot of YA, I have hauled quite a bit of YA in this haul already. In, you know, those 4 books from the Mortal Instruments series, and now 2 more I'm about to show you guys. The first one I want to show you is by Sarah Dessen. It's called Along for the Ride. I love this cover, and this is a hardcover version of it. Now, I know I said in a couple videos ago that I was not a huge fan of the contemporary YA novels because I can't identify with the characters at that age, but her books I think are a little different. I have read her before, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to this one, and it's a gorgeous cover. It sounds like a lot of fun. I think it's about a girl who spends her summers with her fathers or something in a college town. I don't know, and the boy might be a little bit older, but yeah, it just looks like a lot of fun, and it's just an absolutely gorgeous book, so I'm really excited about this one. The other one is a book that really made its rounds on Goodreads last Christmas. And I was so happy to finally be able to get my hands on a hardcover copy of it. And it is My True Love Gave to Me 12 Holiday Stories, edited by Stephanie Perkins. This one I heard was a lot of fun. I know it's a little bit of everything, I think, like not just contemporary, but maybe even a little bit of fantasy, mystery. So I love anthologies. Anthologies I could read pretty much of any genre. They make me happy. But this one I kept hearing so much about it, and I thought, I've really got to pick it up. And then there's the one that came out for the summer, which I can't remember the name of. Is it Summer Days and Summer Nights? But I'm going to wait, and then maybe come this Christmas, it will be on Thrift Books, and I can pick up a copy, because I think I'd really enjoy reading that too. Unfortunately, this one is not in the best condition, but you know what? Again, for $3.59, I'm totally not going to complain. Next up, Sarah Morgan. She is a favorite author of mine. I'm not sure if I talked about this series already. It's the ONeill Brothers series. And I own one of them on paperback. And this edition that I'm going to show you is actually the UK edition. I do not care for the original US edition that came out that I owned originally back on ebook. This was a couple years ago, and I'll put a picture of it right here. I don't know, I just didn't care for it. When I saw this on Book Outlet, I really wanted to own it. But then I didn't buy it because it was like $12, and then I went on Book Outlet, or not Book Outlet, on thriftbooks.com, and I found this. I mean, come on, apples to oranges. Isn't that a gorgeous cover? I just think it's so pretty. So I now own book 1 and 2 in this series, and I just have to get the 3rd book, which is called Once Upon a Christmas. So as soon as I see that one come up on Thrift Books, I'm going to snag that one too in this cover. And if we're getting closer to the holidays and I can't find it, I'm just going to bite the bullet and go on Book Outlet and order it. So yes, super duper happy with this. Love this one. Next 2 books are bigger books here on BookTube that I'm sure you guys have all heard of before. And the first one is Braille Rights by Hannah Kent. Ever since I heard about this story, I really wanted to read it, and I came across this edition on thriftbooks.com, and it's got the black pages. Well, the pages aren't black, but you know, like the end pages, end papers, I guess. I don't know what that's called. Is black, and I just think this is a gorgeous edition. It's not in the best of shape. I don't know whether it's actually dirty or whether it's supposed to look like that. But yeah, I mean, just a gorgeous edition. I'm sure we all know what this is about. In Northern Ireland, in Northern Iceland in 1829, a woman named Angus is condemned to death for her part in the brutal murder of her lover, and she pretty much spends it with this family the days leading up to her execution. So I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this. I know a couple weeks ago, I believe it was Lauren from Lauren in the Books. She read this and she didn't care for it. But I've heard a lot of people say that they liked it. I've heard some people say they don't like it. So I am really curious now to read it myself and give my own opinion. But yeah, I love historical, so I'm just hoping this one isn't just too depressing. I mean, it is about a possible, or an execution about to happen, so it's not exactly going to be light and fluffy, but I hope I like it anyway. And last but not least, before I get into the unboxing portion of this video, this is the other one I've grabbed, which is The Light Between Oceans, a novel by M.L. Stedman. I am really, really looking forward to this one. I was on YouTube watching videos. Oh, this is going back like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And in the, you know, recommended for you when you first log on to YouTube, they had the trailer for this movie that's coming out in September. And for some reason, I think I was getting this book and All the Light We Cannot See, like, mixed up in my mind. And I kept thinking this was about World War II. Well, it takes place just shortly thereafter, I think. So I went and watched the trailer, and I went, oh my gosh, and I immediately called my mother. I'm like, Mom, there's a movie we have to see, but I have to read the book first. So this book essentially takes place in Australia, off the coast of Australia, at a lighthouse, and it's a man and this woman, husband and wife, and they live there, and she's had absolutely no luck having a baby. She's lost a couple, like, stillborn, and then one day they're walking the beach and she hears the baby crying, and she realizes it's in this lifeboat, or this boat, so they rescue the baby. Now, they don't go back to the mainland very often. It's not like you can just, you know, hop on a boat and go over. I think it's like a half a day's voyage back to the mainland. So they're on this island for quite some time raising this child, and then they go back to the mainland, and I'm not giving any more away. Now, unfortunately, I know a lot of people said this, the trailer gives away quite a bit. So if you haven't read this and you want to be surprised, don't watch the trailer. It doesn't bother me. Spoilers really do not bother me, unless you're going to come out and blatantly tell me, you know, the butler did it in the pantry with the candlestick, then I might be a little pissed off, I guess. But I know kind of what happens, but I don't know the ending. So there's still stuff that I'm to find out. So anyway, I grabbed this book. Now, because I picked this up, I'm actually changing another one of the books for my summer book bingo. And that is the category to read a book that's set in a place that you want to visit. Originally, I had picked Shakespeare's Pub, which is a nonfiction novel, which sounded a lot of fun. But because this movie comes out in September, I really want to read this before the movie comes out, and I want to be able to give it to my mother for her to read before the movie comes out, that I'm bumping it up. So this is actually going to now take place of the places I want to visit, because I would really love to go to Australia. So that worked out kind of well. But yeah, so I'm really, really looking forward to this one. So now I'm going to send you guys over to watch the little bit of unboxing that I have. Hi guys, unboxing time. I got a few packages in the mail today, as you can see. Ahead of the Canada Post strike, which is a good thing. Supposedly it's now Monday, but whatever. So let's unbox some packages. First off, from thriftbooks.com, which I just love. Yay! One of my back to my childhood books, the Sweet Valley Twins, the very first book, Best Friends, and I believe this is the original printing, if I remember. Yes, August 1986. So yes, I'm very happy to have this one now in my collection. Another package from thriftbooks.com. Two more, books 2 and 3 of the Sweet Valley Twins series. Teacher's Pet #2 and Haunted House #3. Again, the original printings, so I'm really happy to have those. And another back to my childhood book. This one I am super thrilled for, and I was so happy when I saw that they had a copy of it on Thrift Books, which is A Crime for Christmas, which is a Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys super mystery. This is the one that I distinctly remember taking out of the library like 3 or 4 times to reread. I loved it. So I'm really looking forward to getting to it again. And the big package from thriftbooks.com. First off, we have, yay, it's the cover I wanted. You never know, and I know I've had this problem with Book Depository, that they have all the different covers. Sometimes you pick one, but that's not necessarily the one that you get, but I'm actually glad I got the one that I ordered, which is Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. I just love this cover with the black cat on it, so I am super thrilled to get to read this. Practical Magic, the movie with Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock, where they're witches. I just absolutely love it, so now I'm really looking forward to actually reading the book. And next up, oh, Gillian Flynn's Sharp Objects. Oh, great, it's a library copy. Oh, well, I'll see if I can get that sticker off. But yeah, Gillian Flynn, I think this is one of the books for my summer book bingo. So, yes, I'm glad to finally have a copy of that. And then, ooh, this one looked so good, so I had to pick it up. And it is Historic Haunted America by Michael Norman and Beth Scott. So essentially, investigation into North America's ghost legends, from ghost-ridden forts in Old Tucson to an Inn of the 17 Ghosts near Philadelphia, from the haunted plantations of Louisiana and Georgia to haunted community playhouse in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This one I actually plan to read in October for Halloween because it will be absolutely perfect. And it says right on the front here, Eyewitness Accounts of North American Hauntings. So that sounds really fun. Next up, another book that I needed for my summer book bingo, which is Can You Keep a Secret by Sophia Kinsella, the author of The Undomesticated Goddess and the author of the Shopaholic series. This was the category where I had to read a book that had a question mark or an exclamation point in the title, so this one fits the bill. Now, the thing with Book Outlet, these books are used. Like, as you can see, the Gillian Flynn one was from the library. But they are so much more affordable. I mean, like $2. You can't say no. And then plus shipping, so maybe including shipping, they're $3 a book or something. And I know if you're in the US and you spend more than $10, you get free shipping. I am in no way affiliated with Thrift Books. I'm just really happy that I found them. And I am going to be ordering from them quite a bit. And last in this package, yes, The Kite Runner by, I'm going to say his name wrong, Khaled Hosseini. And it's the cover I wanted to. Yay. This was also for my summer book bingo, and it is to read a book that was turned into a play. So I'm happy to have this one now to add on to the books I'm reading for the summer. So that's all the Book Outlet. 2 from Book Depository. So this book is The Wars of the Roses by Dan Jones. Yeah. I have now become obsessed with Dan Jones. For those of you who have Netflix, US, Canada, or obviously he's in the UK. I mean, a lot of my UK viewers might be going, yes, we know who Dan Jones is. He is a historian and an author, and he does this great show on Netflix, and I think they said Channel 5 in the UK, called Secrets of Great British Castles, and he is fantastic to watch. He's younger, he's not that stodgy kind of historian guy. He's a lot of fun, but this is one of his books. I think it was one of his first books. And it's on the Tudor period, or the Wars of the Roses. So I am really looking forward to actually reading this, the history buff in me. I had to get it, and I had to search everywhere, and finally Book Outlet actually had it. You couldn't get it on Amazon, not even used. So yeah, super thrilled to actually get a copy of this, and I really like the cover. It's really pretty. And the last thing from Book Depository, if I can figure out how to open it. Another one of the books in the Mortal Instruments series, book number 5, City of Lost Souls. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I'm so thrilled that I got this set. Yeah, I cannot actually wait to begin reading these. And this is a girl who was kind of like very adverse to reading YA, but I'm really excited about this series now. I got bookmarks in the Book Depository orders. This new, you know, like every year they do like a different theme. This theme this year seems to be like coloring book, because adult coloring books seem to be the big thing. So I've gotten quite a number of these in my orders, and they're okay. I don't know if I love them. They're kind of plain and boring. Like, I understand you can color them in, but I don't know. I like the ones that they had a couple years ago that they had like people design them. like people who visit the site. I thought those ones were pretty cool. But anyway, so yeah, I got some more bookmarks to add to my bookmark collection. So there's the pile of books that came in the mail today. Thank you to my lovely postal lady for delivering them. My husband actually sent me a photograph of them all on the couch because I was at work, and he's like, yeah, we need to talk. But I am spending well within my book budget because most of those are from thrift books, and you know, like I said, uber inexpensive, and you can literally find everything you're looking for. There are hardcovers on that site for like $3 or $4. It's fantastic. Now, granted, if you don't mind getting a used book, but personally, I love used books because it means that a book was loved by somebody else. So, yeah, that's my reasoning behind that. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Anyway, guys, so that's it for this book haul and unboxing. I really, really hoped you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books and what you thought about them, because I'd love to know. And until my next video, guys, take care and happy reading. Bye.